Welcome to the Tristan Law Show. If it's your first time here, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Tristan Law. And we're going to be talking about WWE Bash in Berlin. This is going to be a reaction and shocking moments to the WWE Bash in Berlin pay-per-view PLE, Premium Live Event, that we got to witness yesterday. And yesterday we witnessed history unfold with jaw-dropping moments, title changes, epic showdowns that will leave a lasting impact on the WWE landscape. Hang out as we dive into the shocking results. New champions were crowned. Like I said, long-standing disputes were settled, and legacies were solidified right before our eyes. Plus, I will be reacting to your comments that I got from you on Threads, so stick around for some awesome fan interactions. The first match I want to talk about 100% is the Undisputed WWE Championship match between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. Look, most of us didn't expect the match to end that way. The match ended, obviously, with Cody Rhodes being the winner. He's still the champion. When Cody Rhodes came out, the first thing, and he stood up and he did his, little thing that he does with his arms, and they give him the fireworks in the back. The first thing I thought about was, damn, bro, Cody ain't no Roman. I feel just like the reaction that Cody is getting is not as big as it was prior to him winning the championship. Cody has not had anybody, and I said this on yesterday's live stream, and I've said this before in the past. Cody has not had anybody that's really come for him yet. He needs somebody to come for him. And after last night's pay-per-view, PLE, or yesterday's afternoon's PLE, there's two people that I know that are coming for Cody Rhodes: Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens had that look in his face like, all right, yeah, it's you. I didn't deserve to have the match, but I had the match either way because they were going to give it to Roman, so he didn't want them to give it to Roman, so he took the match. Okay? Kevin Owens belongs in the conversation of being in the main event, and he's been slided for a little bit too long. But then you look at Randy Orton. Randy Orton had his whole interview with Michael Cole. If you missed it, it was on the pre-show for WWE Bash in Berlin, and he was talking about, I like to get the booze. Pretty much I'm summarizing what he said, paraphrasing. He said he likes to get the booze, but there's a part of him inside that really wants to go back to who he was. After yesterday afternoon, Randy Orton is going back to who he was, and Cody Rhodes, you're going to have to watch it back. The match, though, between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, it served its purpose. It was just to progress the storyline. People that are watching are probably thinking, meh. It won't happen, again, it's just a one-off and it's thrown away. Nah, I don't think this is being thrown away. There's something major that's going to happen, and we're just going to have to wait for it to happen. Because looking at it now, who's next for Cody? Who's next for Cody? I'll wait. There's not one person that I can think of that I'm like, all right, yeah, let's put them for Cody. What are they going to do on Monday night? They're going to have a tournament to decide who's going to be able to face Cody. They already got a tournament going on for the Intercontinental Championship. Cody, watch your back. Real good match, though, overall. Before we dive into the next exciting match from WWE Bash in Berlin yesterday, I want to take a moment to thank you for watching. If you're enjoying my analysis of WWE Bash in Berlin and you don't want to miss any of my future content, I usually do live interviews with pro wrestlers, and we usually tackle topics in the pro wrestling industry. On Tuesday at noon, I have a live stream coming up where we are talking about the rumor between Max and AEW, Max being the streaming partner of AEW. So yeah, just go ahead and subscribe if that's something that you want to look forward to. I'm looking forward to having you back in the future. The next match I'm going to talk about, this match here shocked me. I didn't expect the finish to be what it was, but this match is the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match between Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill versus the Unholy Union. I didn't see Bianca and Jade winning. The thing that I didn't want to happen was for the two black girls, the two black women, to have to fight each other in the end. Like, why? Why? It's just so easy to put them against each other and just have them go ahead and just, Let's do a little match and get the story. But I think there's so much more money in keeping Bianca and Jade together. I was shocked by the win. I was happy for the win. And I'm excited to see what's next for those two ladies. Those two ladies worked really hard in that match last night. I really feel that Bianca Belair, she was the ring general, in that match. One of the things that I saw in the entrance of the match was that Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill came out separately. And I'm like, man, they don't really feel like a tag team. Yeah, they have matching gear, but, they don't feel like a team. One comes out and they wait for the other, and then, they both like skip and prance down to the ring. But I just don't feel like they're a tag team. I feel like they're two people that just got pushed together, which is true. Granted, they both have phenomenal entrances, but maybe there's a way to combine their entrance so they come out together as one and walk to the ring as one. If you watch the post show, the media scrum with Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, somebody asked Jade Cargill an AEW question. Look, stop asking the woman questions about AEW. That was yesterday. She wants to talk about tomorrow. And tomorrow, she's going to be the WWE Women's Tag Team Champion with her friend, with her partner, Bianca Belair. This was one of the first times that Jade Cargill got to experience what it was like to really be a WWE superstar, because the WWE, even though we've been watching SmackDown and Raw and they've been here stateside, not so much SmackDown, because SmackDown was international, it was in Berlin, but throughout the week there's been WWE superstars touring in Europe, and I think she definitely got to cut her teeth. And a lot of people say that Jade Cargill isn't really a good wrestler. Look, I became a much better wrestler at 36 than I was at 26, which means that pro wrestlers, we're like fine wine. And the longer we are in the business and the more that we get more reps, the better we get. And Jade Cargill is only going to get better. You just got to wait. Sometimes I look at wrestling fans on the internet, I'm like, who are you to determine whether somebody's not having a great match or not? Granted, you do pay your money. Right, you do pay your money, so you are entitled to your opinion, but I just really feel that Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, they're great together, and they are going to just keep doing their thing, and Jade Cargill is only going to get better. We got a message in the chat. We got Ricky Price. We had him on about 2 weeks ago. You can check out his episode here on the Tristan Law Show. It's in the playlist. He said that they'll face off against each other in Mania. I agree. I agree that Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair are going to face off against each other. Maybe not at Mania, but definitely down the line, right? It's coming. We just can't get it yet. I feel that a lot of pro wrestling fans that we live in a fast food environment and we just want everything right now. We just want everything right now. We wanted Kevin Owens to turn on Cody Rhodes yesterday so badly. We wanted to turn him so badly, but why? Wait, let's slowly, let's not have a quickie and let's have a long session. Look at another match. Thanks for your comment, Ricky. Looking at another match, we had the mixed tag team match. We had the Terror Twins of Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley versus Dirty Dom and Liv Morgan. Yesterday on the last stream that I had, when we were talking about the matches and getting you ready for WWE Bash in Berlin, at the last second, I changed my pick for who was going to win this match, and I changed it over to Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. The reason why I felt that Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley needed to win is because Rhea needs to go back and get her championship from Liv. Yeah, Rhea lost her papi. She lost her papi to Liv Morgan, but there's still something that Liv Morgan has that she can get back, and that's the women's championship. And I definitely see Rhea now being able to stand and say, I beat you and I beat your papi, so give me the belt. So I see that match coming down the line. I don't see that title switching after the first time. I wouldn't be surprised if you have to put him in a cage, because every time Dominik is getting involved one way or another. Somebody from the Judgment Day is getting involved in that match one way or another. So you're going to have to put Liv and Rhea in a cage, right? Because some people just want cage matches to have cage matches. But I think that having a cage match in this situation here, it would make sense. You always got Dominik, and you need to keep Dominik out. Or unless you're going to suspend Dominik over the cage, in a cage, or over the ring in a cage, that's really Vince Russo-esque, and Vince Russo ain't there no more. So I don't expect that happening. But yeah, it was a good match between the Terror Twins and Dominik and Liv Morgan. It was a really, it told the story, it progressed the story, and it's got a lot of us excited to find out what's happening next. And all we got to do is just watch WWE Raw. I feel that after watching these pay-per-views, these PLEs, that I'm so excited for what's going to happen on Raw that, man, I feel like almost just calling out of work just to sit at home. You know, I stay off the internet so I don't get it spoiled for myself. If you got any comments about WWE Bash in Berlin, feel free to drop it in the chat, and I'll go ahead and comment on it for you. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, the strap match. Bravo. Look, as a pro wrestler, a strap match isn't really something that I really want to be in. If the promoter booked me to be in a strap match, I wouldn't complain, but that's not one of the first matches that I would ask for, right? So despite what people think about pro wrestling, we're still hitting each other with real inanimate objects. Okay, they're objects that you can get from the store, or, you know, it could be leather that's stitched together. Like, it's leather. It's something that's going to leave marks on your body, and they had marks left on their body. They beat the hell out of each other, and I really appreciated how they got into the story originally in WrestleMania, because Drew was a little bit too much of himself and he wanted to gloat. CM Punk lost the last match that he had against Drew because he wanted to gloat. And the way that it just turned out, like, CM Punk was gloating, but he was able to reel himself in. And because he reeled himself in, he was still able to maintain his composure in the match, and he won. He won. I knew that the story was over once he took off the bracelet. For right now, there is no more CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. However, this is a test. If you ask me, this was a test. And the audience, the WWE Universe, we all need to wake up. When I say wake up, listen to what I'm telling you. Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, they've been telling the story since way back when Jesus was a child. We need to relax. You can't just say, okay, we're going to put Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill together, and then now we're just going to have them, 2 months later turn on each other. No. Let it mean more. The longer these matches go on, the more emotional investment that you would get. Think about it. In the Vince McMahon era, the CM Punk and Drew McIntyre match would have happened way back when. Way back from when Moses was in the basket. And it wouldn't have mattered so much. It would have felt like a throwaway match. The thing in the Triple H era now, in the Levesque era, is that no pay-per-view PLE Premium Live event feels like it has any throwaway matches. Every match on there has a purpose. You don't get that little opener match like you used to get 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, of just like, two people that got a minor story. No, everything that happens on a PLE is a major implication, is a major story. These people got major beef that they need to settle, and between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, they settle that beef. What is next for CM Punk? CM Punk called out that he was watching the match between Gunther and Randy Orton because he said he's got next. I think that Gunther versus CM Punk is going to be a phenomenal match. I think that CM Punk rightfully does deserve to get that championship match against Gunther. Why? Because he won his match. He conquered Drew McIntyre. Do I see him beating Gunther right now? No. But let the story progress and let's see what happens. But definitely CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, great match. Shout out to them. And he got his strap back, his bracelet back. Let's take a look at What did you think about the strap match, by the way? I want to make sure that I ask you guys. What do you think about the strap match? Do you think that it was the right way to settle a heated rivalry? If it wasn't a strap match, what else would you want it to be? Looking at the main event and the match that was rightfully the main event, it was Gunther and Randy Orton. Let me tell you, that match solidified the legacy of Randy Orton and planted no, I don't want to say planted, and further watered the seeds of Gunther on his legacy to being great. It was phenomenal to watch that match. That match was my kind of style. When I wrestled, everybody wanted to do like the flipping and stuff like that because that's what gets the reaction. For me, one of the people that I always modeled myself after Edge, Triple H, and Randy Orton. Those are the three wrestlers that I always modeled my in-ring style after. Randy Orton and Edge for the facials. Randy Orton and Edge for the facials. Triple H and Randy Orton for just a slow way that they move through the match. And I like that slow way that Gunther and Randy Orton move through the match because it allows you to get more emotionally invested. As a wrestler, you can go out there and literally do a match in 5 minutes and do 10,000 moves. But if you can go out there and get a match that has 10,000 people emotionally invested because it's moving nice and slow, you get that finish that you get. The fans were electric in Berlin. I really thought that they were going to boo Randy Orton, and at one time I thought that they did. But Randy Orton, he tried to babyface it up because he was technically the babyface, right? But how can somebody like Gunther be the heel when he's in his own town? Let's see, we got another message from King. King said Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa at Mania. Okay. No, he didn't say at Mania. Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa. Hey, that's another match that we got that we have coming down the pipeline. Looking at heavyweight championship matches. That's something that we see. Thank you very much for the comment, King. Gunther and Randy Orton, phenomenal match. Can't wait to see what those guys have next. It was phenomenal. Look, one of the things that made me become a pro wrestler was just watching just the crowd on television and just feeling like the electric coming through the TV. And I felt the electric come through the TV primarily when Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser were inside the ring. And it's just like, sometimes you just need that validation of your people. Like I said yesterday, Austria is not that far from Germany. It's only like, half a country over, 1.5 countries over. And just hearing everybody cheering for him, you come from working on the indies, the independents, to where you only got a couple hundred, maybe less than 100 people cheering for you, to now you got 13,000 people cheering for you. They're all singing your name. They're all chanting for you. Yes, I'm sure that's happened for Gunther elsewhere. But for that happening to Gunther specifically in his home turf, I think that meant so much for him. When Ludwig Kaiser held out his hand and called for the microphone and he introduced Gunther, to me, that was amazing. And it's just like, I felt the goosebumps. I had the goosebumps. And it's like both of them dudes right there. There's moments in a pro wrestler's career, and I'm telling you this from firsthand experience, that you stand, but it's an out-of-body experience, and you stand back and be like, man, if this was my last match ever, I can stand back and say that I made it. I had that moment when I wrestled in the baseball stadium in Coney Island. It's called something else now. It's called MCU Park. And there were like a couple thousand people there. And I stood in the ring with two other guys. We wrestled Jimmy Snicker, Nikolai Volkov, and Tito Santana. And everybody was just cheering and booing. And I felt like I made it. If I didn't wrestle ever again, I could say that was my highest moment. And I feel that for Gunther and for Ludwig Kaiser, more so for Gunther. If he never wrestled again, he could definitely say that he made it. So, but great match, great pacing, great psychology, the storytelling in the match, it all made sense. It was great. At the end, both men exchanged handshakes. There's a little bit of respect there. But looking at Randy's face, Randy is not satisfied. Randy being this baby face now, being this good guy, he's giving a lot of skin off of his ass just to try to do the right thing. He got a lot of skin off of his ass dealing with Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes owe him. Cody Rhodes owes Randy Orton. Okay, so I see it sooner than later in the next couple weeks that Randy Orton is going to be standing at the front door of Cody Rhodes. I said this before. I said it again, and I'm going to say it right now. Cody Rhodes, lock your door because the Viper is coming. The Legend Killer is coming. Right now, Cody Rhodes is a legend. You can't deny that. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer when he retires. He's going to be legendary. We're all going to be talking about Cody, how he started out as, dashing Cody Rhodes and went through Stardust, left, made a name for himself, built AEW and came back. And now he's the WWE champion, had a really good, story to become WWE champion. He's legendary, and Randy Orton is coming for you. Let's take a look at some of the comments that I got on Threads. I asked people what they thought about WWE Bash in Berlin. I do hope that you enjoyed my breakdown of WWE Bash in Berlin and found the insights, as little or major as you may feel they are, to be valuable. If you want to stay updated on what's happening in the WWE PLEs, or you want my feedback, or you want my commentary, or you want to get ready, just subscribe. It's something that I do. I do it about once a month whenever the PLEs come out. AEW, I'm not really getting into AEW yet, but we're talking about AEW on Tuesdays, live stream at noon. But definitely hit the subscribe button, and let's look at those comments from Threads. So we got a comment from, from Iroquois Plinsky86. When asked about the WWE PLE, what he think, and he thinks it's a pretty damn good show. It would have been a great show if KO had turned on Cody on the end, but I guess they are stretching it out. I agree. I guess they are stretching it out. Like I said, they're making us wait just a little bit before we get what we want. It's happening, and I think that that Randy Orton's going to be in the story as well too. I see a triple threat with both of them breathing down Cody Rhodes' neck. And the best part is that if Cody Rhodes is in a triple threat and he doesn't get pinned, it still keeps him strong, and he can come back later on. We got a comment from one of my guys on Threads, Dracon_lifts. He said that the show was pretty solid and he was entertained. Yeah, rightfully so. I was pretty much entertained too. We got from Key Run Benji, said that he liked the show and the crowd added so much. 100% agree. The crowd makes it feel like electric. Ever since Puerto Rico, I felt like the WWE Universe internationally, like they've just been killing it. Like we can't compete here in the United States. We're not that loud. We watch our sporting events and we cheer, and yeah, we cheer for pro wrestling. But when you watch a pro wrestling event that is international, you see how they react in their international sports. Like, yeah, they are bloodthirsty out there, and they're having a good time. Got another comment from the Chad R. Smith, says too many of the crowd chants were in German. Bro, they were in Germany. What do you expect them to do? Chant in English? Yeah, okay, fine. Maybe they could have chanted in English just for you, but they were in Germany. Come on, dude. Like, I think that's what makes it so cool. Like, it's like looking back at WWE Backlash in Puerto Rico when everybody started singing in Spanish. To me, growing up in the Bronx, I know a little bit of Spanish, but I think that moment was amazing. And, just to feel the different cultures, being an American who primarily speaks English, I just love to see everybody else enjoy their pro wrestling, no matter what the language is, because pro wrestling, if you ask me, it's an international language. We got another comment from Jace Capite 16. Solid 8.5 out of 10. All the matches were bangers. None got boring, and the crowd was excellent. The one that I was most excited for, the strap match, it was great. The one that I thought would have had me hooting and hollering was a mixed tag match. It did so. He was highly sports entertained. That's one of the things I say. Thank you very much for your comment. That's one of the things I say about WWE is that they do sports entertainment really well. It's what they do. Unlike AEW does professional wrestling really well. And I feel that the strap match, and I said this before, the strap match was a match that was worth to be excited for because of the way that they build it. They've been building it for so long. They've been edging us for so long and finally allowed us to release. And we released our excitement last night or yesterday afternoon with that awesome match. Thank you so much for your comment. Got another comment from Rhythm Really. Pretty much said that it was simple and it moved the stories forward. I agree. 100% agree. We got one more comment from Arlene the Bean. I thought it was a solid show. I was only half watching some of the matches, but I still had a fun time overall. I'm not going to lie. I half watched some of the pay-per-view, the PLE as well, too. And because I had other things going on. I got this new toy I was playing with, for the live stream. And I was half watching, but I was still entertained. It was still something that I had to keep the TV on. For me, I had to keep the volume up, even though I was halfway across the house, listening to it on one TV, and I had it on my iPad. I just wanted to feel everything, and it felt so awesome just to watch that WWE, PLE, WWE Bash in Berlin yesterday. It was an awesome event. My thoughts as a whole was that I can't wait for the next international event. I want us in the United States to step it up. Because as a pro wrestler, when the fans step it up, when the fans are engaged, we are more engaged. And I want more fans in the United States to get more engaged in their pro wrestling. We're better than Puerto Rico. Granted, Puerto Rico is the United States, so let me not even use that. But we're better than Germany. We're better than France. We're better than Australia. Okay? We need to start making a little bit more noise in these arenas so that we can get the proper recognition that we deserve. I got a live stream coming up on Tuesday on noon where I'll be talking about the rumor of Max becoming AEW's new streaming partner, along with more exciting content lined up. I'm going to be deep diving into upcoming WWE events, so be sure to tune in. This is the Trista Law Show, and I am Trista Law. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Do not forget to subscribe. The subscribe is the best compliment that you give me. Thank you for joining, and enjoy your Sunday. And I'll see you on Tuesday at noon.